Grand Rising. Hi, my name is Leonard Munson, the Nomadic Astrologer. My website is readings by leonardtmunson.net. The new moon in Gemini, June 26, meaning rituals and etc. The little events and data, June the 14th to the 15th, 2026, we have a new moon in the sign of Gemini. Its element is air. It's mutable. When I say mutable, that means it's two personalities. When I say it's air, it's fluid, it's movement, adaptable. Its ruling planet Mercury, quick, fast, and in depth. The new moon in Gemini on June the 14th to the 15th, 2026 arrives at 24 degrees of the twins, making a potent moment for intellectual renewal and communication recalibration. This lunation falls in the final decan of Gemini, where mental agility meets a hunger for meaningful connection, urging us to move beyond superficial exchanges towards conversations that genuinely matter. At this late degree, there is an urgency to synthesize the information we have gathered and articulate what we have learned with clarity and purpose. Mercury, the ruler of this new supermoon, a supermoon occurs when the moon is closer to the earth, so it's more powerful. That is what a supermoon means. Governs all forms of exchange, words, ideas, data, and the natural pathway through which we process reality itself. This particular lunation emphasized the quality of our mental diet and narratives we have been feeding ourselves. With the sun and moon uniting in Gemini domain, we are granted a cosmic reset button for our thought patterns, communication style, and the way we navigate our immediate environment. This is not merely about speaking more or thinking differently. It's about recognizing that our words are spells and our thoughts are the architects of our experience. June Gemini's super new moon also highlights the duality inherent in all things, the space between the question and answer, speaker and listener, knowing and wondering. This lunation invites us to hold multiple truths simultaneously without collapsing into binary thinking, a particularly valuable skill in our increasing polarized world. The seeds planted now will germinate through curiosity, adaptability, and a willingness to emerge with perspectives that challenge our established viewpoints. The spiritual meaning, this new supermoon represents an invitation into higher mind consciousness, where intellect serves as a bridge between earthly experience and drive understanding. Gemini energy operates through the principle of correspondence, as above, as below, as within, so without. At 24 degrees, this lunation asks us to examine the quality of our inner dialogue and recognize that the voice in our heads is often the loudest prophet we'll ever hear. The spiritual work here involves discerning which thoughts are genuine, ours, and which are inherent programs running on autopilot, draining our creative energy without our conscious consent. Mercury influence brings us a shamanic quality to this new moon, reminding us that the messenger God was also the psycho pump who moves through worlds. Our worlds and through are similarly limited. They exist in the space between the invisible and the manifest, capable of bringing new realities into being or keeping us trapped in outdated stories. This lunation illuminates the power of reframing, of choosing new language for old wounds, and of recognizing that flexibility of mind is not the same as a lack of conviction. Rather, it is the mark of someone who understands the growth requires that periodic depth of certainty. The air element at this super new moon emphasized detachment as a spiritual practice, not the cold removal of disassociation, but the clarity that comes from observing our thoughts without being consumed by them. Gemini teaches us that we are not our minds, we are the awareness that witness the mind. This super new moon offers us a rare opportunity to step back from the constant chatter and consciously choose which mental channels we want to tune into for the next lunar cycle. The spiritual invitation is to become the author of your internal narrative rather than its passive audience. For the following astrological signs, Aries. This new moon activates your mind, your third house of communication and immediate environment, making it an ideal time to initiate local projects, improving relationship with siblings or neighbors, or finally starting that writing project. Your natural directness gains nuisance now, allowing you to pursue rather than simply push. Focus your considerable drive on learning a new skill that expands your mental repertoire. Taurus. With the super new moon in Gemini illuminating your second house of resources and values, your attention turns to how you're communicating about money and work. This is a moment to diversify income stream through skills-based work or to articulate your value more clearly in negotiation. Consider what you have been telling yourself about abundance and rewrite those narratives with more flexibility and possibility. Gemini. This super new moon in Gemini first house offers a powerful annual reset of your identity and how you present yourself to the world. This is your cosmic birthday gift, a chance to reinvent your image, refine your message, or simply show up as a more authentic version of yourself. When you initiate now, under your own sign carries extra potency, so think carefully about what version of yourself you want to become. Cancer. This super new moon in Gemini Cancer falls in your 12th house of the unconscious, dreams, and what lies beneath the surface. You're being called to examine the stories you tell yourself in private and the mental patterns that operate outside of your awareness. This is a contemplative lunation for you, best used for journaling, therapy, or spiritual practice that help you to understand your inner landscape before your own new moon arrives next month. Leo. Leo, this super new moon lights up your 11th house of community, networks, and future version. This is your moment to connect with your tribe, join groups aligned with your values, articulate your hopes for the collective. Your natural leadership finds expression through collaboration now rather than solo performance. Plant seeds for the social connections and alliances that will support your long-term goals. So this is the super new moon. So it's more powerful and special emotions that are connected with these themes.